which we upload without informing, without
Yeah,
taking
without permission. So there are
permission.
some copyrights issues. So your channel would be gone if
Not that.
yeah, if you're threatened with uh, if you're caught with that.
Okay, so you start your recording. Okay, that's okay.
Okay. So
So I,
Sushma, tell me about yourself. We are meeting for the first time. Would like to know who you are and what you are doing, and what sort of things you are interested in. So,
and
so I'm also
definitely,
curious. So
yeah,
you start first, then.
definitely that we should introduce ourselves with each other. So, okay, so thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to tell about myself and give my introduction in front of you. So, as you know that my name is Sushma and I'm from Delhi. If I'm from India, so, and if I talk, I'm a homemaker and blessed with two kids. And if I talk about my qualification, so I hold a degree of Bachelor of Arts. And as far as my hobbies are concerned, so nowadays, like I am totally engrossed in this language. So most of the time, I watch conversational videos and some kind of podcast that is in English, so that I can acquire some kind of knowledge from those videos and that kind of podcast to enhance my communication skill. So in that way, I'm, improving or learning this language. So yeah, that's all about myself in a nutshell. Thank you for asking. So now
Okay,
you can
thank you. Great.
introduce yourself.
And Asha, actually, I come from Sri Lanka. My name is Nuan. I live in the southern part of Sri Lanka, close to the beach area, around 2 to 3 kilometers away from the beach. And I am a teacher by profession. Actually, I have been a teacher for more than 15, 16 years, a grammar teacher. I consider myself as a grammar teacher. That is why I wanted to improve my speaking journey. With especially, I have to thank the people from India who gave me this opportunity to interact with you guys. And I love talking to people, and I love watching YouTube videos, uh, especially related to English contents. Nowadays, actually, I'm watching a lots of YouTube videos, especially only the podcasts. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the easiest way for me to grab some knowledge and see my development in that area quite
Yeah.
easily rather than reading a book. So it's not comfortable for me because of my cup of cake, and I also have a lot of things on my plate. And but that is why whenever I get free time, I try to contact someone according to my availability. Uh,
Hmm. That's
Actually,
great.
that's about me in a nutshell.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that about yourself because you are also doing or you are also learning, try to learn this language or because it is very, important and it is very important to like after watching these kind of videos, so we can have the knowledge like how to reply the question and how to in the way they are using some concrete or fancy words. So in that way we can come to know like in which context we have to use that kind of fancy word in our conversation, right? So like the way this is the good way to learn or to improve ourselves or our communication skill because nowadays there are a number of like myriads of videos are available on the YouTube channel. So in that way we can easily improve. There is no need to go anywhere to learn this language. So now we people are doing like that and acquiring some kind of knowledge from those kind of videos. So it is good for us, right?
Actually, I can agree with you 100%. Uh, in my case, I don't have much time available, so that is why I want because I have the mobile phones all the time,
Mm,
and it's really easily accessible. So in my case, I think that is why uh, I'm so much interested in watching these YouTube videos. But yeah, but some people love reading. Maybe you too. I also loved reading when I was young. Actually, when I was about 25 to 30, I had ample
Mm.
time, not much time those days. But uh, after marriage, life has become tougher and busier. So the free time and the allocation for free time, I think I can't say I don't have regular intervals. So the
Right.
easiest way to scroll the YouTube
For
and things like.
reading, we have to have some kind like space or spare time to read that.
Mm-mm,
Like, so I also don't do that. Like I don't have habit of reading or or writing. So to be honest, I do only two things: the speaking, listening, and speaking only. So
mm-mm.
while doing that, both the things I'm improving bit by bit. But most of the people say, okay, reading and writing is also compulsory. It play a vital role in our speaking, we can say, because when we have a habit of reading, so we can come across some new words and
Mm-mm.
new technique, new like the forming the sentences.
Yeah, yeah. At the
But
same time, yeah, it can give you pleasure, right? Some people read for pleasure, some people read
yeah,
for knowledge. And I think, yeah, what you're saying is true. It's also a way of entertaining you when you read books. But
Mhm.
but I think you have learned grammar, so you're not making mistakes while you are talking. That's what I noticed. So you have it's a plus point for you. And once you have enough knowledge about grammar to sentence formation and sentence patterns and tenses, I think it's easy. It's like icing on the cake. So you can still, yeah. Some people just have started their journey just by talking to people, but it's quite different. A person who possesses the knowledge of grammar, it's easier, right? So
Yes,
if you have a solid grammar foundation and then you have started speaking to people, so it's quite easy for you to grab that language, I think.
yes. Right, right. If we have a profound knowledge about the grammar and but I had faced that you can say I had the profound knowledge about the grammar initially, but
Mm. It seems through your talk.
yeah, I didn't practice like while speaking. So like we can't say without speaking, if you have a knowledge of grammar, so you speak very well. No, because for that we have to open our mouth, we have to speak
Hmm.
in
Definitely.
that way. It doesn't matter how much knowledge do you have about the grammar. So but you have to speak, then you can say, okay, I'm able to speak and I'm able to grab all the things. Like only the grasping the knowledge of grammar is not enough. We have to speak that like in English. So in that way we can be improved. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
only having the knowledge of grammar is not enough.
It's never
Speaking is must.
going
Yeah.
to be used, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So you're absolutely
yeah,
right. Mm-mm. Yeah, that is
yeah.
why I want to forget reading books and switch
Mm,
to watching YouTube contents. Especially I love to watch the conversations between native speakers. And so I have found so many terms, phrases which I have never
mm.
found in books.
In books, yes,
Right,
right.
yeah. So the
Yeah,
collocations and the context, collocation is quite different. So you may sometimes never see those phrases, the expressions they exchange during conversations in a book. So I think watching these, it's like, although you are not interacting with them, but I think at least you can shadow or imitate them. And we can also utilize our vocabulary.
yeah, right.
And yeah,
Yes, exactly, exactly. These kind of phrasal verb or idiom or advanced or concrete word, we can get only the in the conversation. Like, and in that context, we can easily incorporate that context or that fancy word in our conversation. Right. So in that way, we can improve. That is only happened while watching the conversational video. So in that way, like the people who are very, who had a profound knowledge about the speaking, about the grammar, about the phrasal verb or idiom. So they try to incorporate their conversation. So in that way, we can learn from those videos. So it is like a plus point to watch the conversational video. So in that way, I think most of the people are improving their communication skill, this skill. So yeah, because gradually we can grasp all the things we can use. Now still I have lots of word in my in the notebook, but still I am facing this kind of problem to incorporate that word in my conversation. Though I acquainted lots of fancy word or concrete word, but still I have a difficulty to use that or incorporate that word or idiom because it will gradually happen, I think, because Rome wasn't built in a day, so everything will
Mm-mm.
take time. So yeah, so in that
Yeah, I
way
think
I'm
we
learning.
are sailing the same on the same boat. I think.
Yeah, yeah, right, we
Yeah,
are sailing.
sometimes I jot down the notes and the new words in a diary, but these days, a week ago, I tried to give it a shot. I wanted to give,
Mm.
some kind of priority. I wanted to prioritize the words I learned from books.
Yeah,
I think it's not bad if you have enough time uh, to be with books or to jot down in a notebook. I think it's
yeah.
also a good way. But
Yes, yes, it's a good way.
yeah, the plus point is,
Mm,
if you write in a book, you have that in that book recorded or written. So whenever you want, you can just retrieve it.
yeah,
But
yes,
watching YouTube
right.
videos and sometimes, it takes time sometimes.
Exactly, exactly. Everything takes time. You know what? We have to follow those words which we can use in our conversation, which is benefit, which can be beneficial in our conversation. Because being a housewife, if I learned any like this kind of word, but like official word or any other word, so that is not useful for me, right? We have to phrase the word, we have to frame the word, or we have to like prioritize the word, like which word we can learn or which word we can use in our conversation in that way. So otherwise if we learned or if we jot that kind of words which is not useful for us, or that is not useful in our conversation, we are not ready to use that kind of word in our conversation. So that is redundant, I think, right? We should choose the word, like the word we can use in our conversation or in our daily daily basis we can use. So that kind of word we should choose, I think, because this is the good way to choose the correct word. Or if we are filling our notebook just frivolous things or frivolous words which are not useful, so that is redundant, I think.
Mm-mm.
Right?
Right.
So in that way we have to choose the words. uh, and we have to have that kind of knowledge, like that word is useful or not, that word is like we can use and we can incorporate in our conversation or not. We have to think about that.
Mm.
Otherwise, there are lots of like myriads of words in the dictionary or in our notebook. I also jotted down most of the words. I have filled two to three notebooks, but that is if we are not using in conversation, so that is redundant. I mean, that is useless, right? So in that way, we have
Earlier, I wasn't accustomed to writing things in books, but very
to.
recently I started because I wanted to improve my vocabulary and to reach intermediate level and higher advanced levels. I know I'm quite okay in communicating with people, right? I can communicate with people without any problem, but I wanted to, and still I want to reach advanced level of speaking. So it's
Mhm.
uh, it's it, it's going to be useful anyway. I can read anything and I can speak to anyone without any, and I will be able to understand uh, the person in front of me explaining things, and I love that. I want to acquire that too. Uh,
Hmm.
right. I think so. In that sense, I started jotting. Uh, I
Yeah,
think, yeah, I sometimes I look for synonyms, antonyms. So that think I think that way we can reach and broaden our vocabulary.
yeah. So yeah. So okay, okay. Let me know that you are surrounded with the English people.
Never. I had no background at all. That's interesting
Okay.
thing is I wanted to speak. I knew grammar. I learned grammar. I knew how to write and how to build up sentences and no problem. But what I lacked was the background. So I started speaking to myself when I was about to leave my school. Uh, I when I was riding my bicycle, I used to talk to myself. It's like shadowing or imitating, and I extracted. It was actually simple things I learned from books. I used while I was riding my bicycle. Uh, but later on, when the mobile phone came by, was introduced, I started recording my own voice and go back and post where I want to see if I was making any mistakes during my speech. And then the video came was available on mobile phones, and I started recording. And apart from that, I uh, kept listening to the English radio stations in Sri Lanka. So they have a good radio channels. Still, I really love listening to them when I was driving my car and I turned on the channels I wanted. So artificially, although I don't have uh, real persons sitting next to me, talking to me, I created that background. So I think that paid off.
Hmm. Okay.
So what about your case? How you improved? And as you said, you are a mother, and I know it's not easy job. I think it's one of the toughest jobs in the world uh,
Yes. Right.
to be yeah to be a mom, and so you have to yeah sometimes you have to work, sometimes you have to take care of your kids and your husbands and your in-laws sometimes, and at the same time you'll have to deal with the financial issues of the family and managing things like that. Yeah, everything
Yes.
depends on your shoulder, so
Yes. Yes.
having so
You
much
know, being
burden on your head, yeah, how do you manage these things?
yeah, it depends on the person to person. If the person is very passionate of that, if the person has that kind of burning desire, so anyhow, come what may, they have to complete their goal, whatever they decided. But first of all, you have to have that kind of burning desire. Then you can anywhere you can sneak some time from your busy or tight schedule. Right. So in that way, like I also did that because, if we have a passion about doing anything, so in that, like anyhow, we have to do that. Doesn't matter you have 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So earlier, initially, I did that. Like whenever I got time, so then I try to totally indulge myself in this language or to learn this communication skill.
You
So
mean before
earlier,
marriage? Before marriage?
no, not before marriage. Now, like because after marriage, I started like I had also enrolled myself in one institute, but
Hmm.
that was not appropriate for me. Then I had left my that journey
Hmm.
because of I totally engrossed in my like responsibilities. So because I had wear multiple hats that time, and still I am wearing that multiple hats. But anyhow I have to learn this language, so I try to sneak some time from my busy schedule. And now because of this environment or because of this kind of applications, and now there are lots of co-learners, they are learning English. So in like talking with the people or using some kind of applications, so in that way, I am learning, and I also had worked a lot on my grammar portion initially because that time I didn't have any environment to speak in English with the people. So I'm talking about the 16 or 18 or 20 years ago.
Hmm.
So that time I didn't have this kind of environments. if I had, if I had got that kind of environment earlier or ambience earlier, so I would have learned this language so long ago. But
Yeah,
now
sure.
I have got everything. So in that, in the sense, like we now we can get lots of things like social media, and there are kinds of applications, and lots of co-learners are here to talk with them, and these kind of ambience I got right now. So I thought this is the high time to be improve myself and improve my communication skills. So yeah, now I have improved a lot. You know, if I compare myself initially, so like I am totally content with my journey or with my learning, right?
Yeah,
So
sure.
in that way,
So,
I have
what about the
learned.
current situations? Are you surrounded by, I think you are from Delhi, and I know in Delhi, English is used widely. So, are there any people or the people in the neighborhood whom you can have, friendly conversations, or
Yes, yes.
once a week you talk to them in English? Or are there any kind of association or company you are keeping?
Nowadays, like I don't have so much company to talk with the like physically or face to face, because in my surrounding, in my vicinity, there are lots of people. They talk with their children in English, and I totally surrounded with the English people, but I don't talk with anyone because I don't go outside. I just talk with the people on phone call, on video call. Like there are some my friends, and some groups are also available in that. In that way I am improving and
But the way you are
talk.
speaking, yeah, the way you are speaking, I don't seem you are not introverted, right?
Yeah, now you can say, after using this kind of application or talking with the people, now you can say that I am not an introvert person. But earlier I was very shy, and I had lots of hesitation to talk with the people, to converse with the people. In fact, on audio call. So I
Hmm.
had lots of fumble in my speaking that time. But now I'm okay because now I am accustomed to do that. So now I am very happy about my journey, or my husband is also very happy because now I
Hmm.
am able to convey the people like what I
You
want to
too.
say.
You two are
English.
speaking. I mean both of do you speak to you each other in English?
No, no,
Uh,
no. My children is also, yeah, they don't speak with me. And
uh,
my husband, we always speak in Hindi, like in our
uh,
native language,
yeah.
always. Because
What
I am
about
not
their
fluent.
enthusiasm? What about their enthusiasm? Your children might be learning in English medium.
Ah, yes, yeah, they have completed their like study. Now they have grown up and they are busy in their life.
Uh-huh.
And now that's why I'm learning it, is because now I thought, okay, I have time, and this is the very good time to learn this language because everything is available here, so that we can learn anything. Doesn't matter you are learning language or any other skills, but through the social media you can learn easily, right? So in that way, because I have been very passionate about this language so long, so now I got chance to be fluent or to improve or elevate my communication skills. So now I'm working on it, and still I'm learning. Because
So,
yeah, every time we have a chance to get new things, and we have that kind of habit, like I am like this is my habit. You can say that I am always ready to learn new things. If I complete my first goals, then I make another goal. Okay, now come what may, I have to complete that goal too. So this is the good that we don't feel empty anytime. We should
right.
have some kind of goal. If you complete any one goal, so that you should make another goal, so that in that way you can be busy yourself, and you have to think the like extra mile, and you have to go extra mile that time,
Extra mile, yeah.
and think the out of the box in that way. Otherwise, if we feel free or if we don't have any goal, so just we have a kind of mentality like procrastination we have.
Procrastinate and yeah, sure.
Yeah. So in that way, we all should have goal. So we can, because it is said, na, the empty mind is the workshop of a devil. It is said. So we should
Mm,
have we should always occupied us in any work. So it is
mm.
good thing.
Yeah, I think in the same way, if people get busy with work or something important, something useful to their lives or others' lives, I think the space where they can be alone uh, will be reduced, right? If you are busy with work all the time, just imagine if you are facing some trauma or difficulties, if you're having hard time in your life. So if you don't have anything to do, I think you will suffer more and more. But if you are
Mm,
busy
yes,
with something, I think it's an easy way for you to forget your worried, very, yeah, lifestyle and to become a better person, right? With good attitudes.
exactly.
And if you, especially by talking to people, nowadays, people lead, especially the younger generation, lead the sedentary life. They, like you said, and you were at home, without being exposed to people. And I
Yeah,
think it's high time for you to, go out and set up a conversation with the neighbors. Anyway, I was telling you, yeah, people, tend to uh, be sedentary these days because of this technology also have
yes.
advantages, and as well as it has also its disadvantages. Yeah, so people lose and people lack social skills, and they don't talk to people. They just interact with a mobile device. But if you are busy, if you get busy with the physical world, right, doing things, making plans, making schedules, and as you said, setting goals, and to see in 4 years, in 1 year, where you would stand on your career or maybe on your life, I think the people will be relieved. So, and also they will grow in their, even in their business, in even their personality wise or whatever the way.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I think
Mm.
Sushma,
We have
it's
we
been
are going to
it's
complete
been a
the
long
half an
time, although
yeah. Yeah.
we are recording this for the first time. I think I
Yeah.
enjoyed a lot, and
Yeah, I enjoyed a lot of
I enjoyed your
you.
company, and I'd like to have another friendly conversations with you.
Yeah, definitely,
Uh,
definitely.
so,
It was privilege to me to have a conversation with you. So thank you so much for connecting me.
thank you so much for
Yeah.
having me. Bye. See you soon.
Bye. Yeah. Sure. Thank you so much. Take care, sir.